Hello, guys. Welcome to another brand new episode of The Lounge right here on VOP TV. My name is Ash the Stud Boy, and I'm going to be your host, like I told you the other time. Today, we've got a lot to talk about today on The Lounge. Before I go ahead with the highlights of the topics we're going to talk about on the lounge today, I'm gonna let you know. First of all, go to our page on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, if you're just seeing this video for the first time, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP TV Live, or you search for Voice of the People TV on YouTube. I've got my co-host here, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves by themselves. Introduce yourself by yourself. Starting from my left.
Hi, people. I'm here again. Okay, my name is Ada Davidson, and I'm very honored to be on this show.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let me give the room for another person.
Next person.
Hi, viewers of VOP TV. I'm glad to be here again. So, just I don't know what to say, but keep streaming. Keep streaming.
All right. Now,
All right. I remain your girl at
Always
Desua,
on my
and
right.
yes,
Yeah, always on my
of
right.
course, I'm the right hand woman. Okay, so
I like that one.
Okay, I'm right here on the lounge, and of course, it's always amazing to be here.
Yes, guys, one more time, welcome back to another episode of The Lounge right here on VOP TV. Like I said, today we're going to talk about, we have few G's to discuss today on The Lounge. First of all, El Sabo Yaba Magistrate Court has ordered the remand of Abdul Aziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, and three others over the murder of Ilerioluwa Aloba, aka Mohbad. We're going to talk about that one, but let's go on the other one. We still have to talk about cultism and drug abuse, and then we still move on to talk about education. How do we impact our children with education? This is what we're going to talk about today on the lounge. So let's go first of all with the first one. Mr. Ejike,
Wow.
this issue about Naira Marley and Mohbad is Mohbad's death. I don't want to say Naira Marley and Mohbad. This issue about Mohbad's death is getting more intense.
Okay.
And in less than 24 hours, we just heard that Sabo Yaba, I beg your pardon,
Magistrate
Sabo Yaba
Court.
Magistrate Court just remanded Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and two others. What do you have to say about that?
Actually, it wasn't just remanding them. I think the police needed a constitutional right to get hold of them
Okay.
as a suspect. So they needed a court order to keep them beyond the 48 hours.
Yeah, I think that's for 21 days, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
demanded
the-
for
the
30.
order is
They
for
demanded for 30 days
Okay,
to
okay.
keep them under their police custody prior to the ongoing investigation surrounding the Mohbad's death. But the court was able to grant them 21 days. But so far so good. I like the way the Nigerian police force, especially the Lagos State Police Command, has taken up the responsibility.
Yeah, to investigate.
You know,
them.
like 3 weeks ago during one of our program, I think
Yeah.
that was the day Mohbad's body
was
was
exhumed. Okay.
Yeah. You know, we talked something about forensic investigations.
Yeah.
That was trying to get hold of every principal suspect involved, both the people with him on the day he died, including the father, the family members, the wife, the management. I think police, they are on that, and they are
And
actually
I think
doing
we have to
something.
give credit to Naira Marley as well for coming down
Yeah,
all the
I
way from
give
UK,
credit to Naira Marley for
yeah.
coming down all the way from UK
Yeah.
to honor this police investigation.
Why are we giving credit to him?
No, because he tried to show up.
He tried to show up. He's
He's supposed to
show
show
up.
up.
So
He's supposed to
show up.
He's,
but
he's actually okay. Go on.
Okay.
we should give him credit for showing up for
It's not even giving him credit.
There are people who fall into this type of situations
and don't show up.
and they don't.
They-
even want-
you
they don't
can never
want to
hide
show
under
up.
the sun.
Whether
If
he
he
shows up,
doesn't
no.
show-
My
okay.
point is, we shouldn't give him credit for anything.
Okay.
Okay.
He's supposed to show up. What are we giving him credit for? For showing up.
Regardless,
Yes, because why I thought we should give him some credit is because I know everybody's eyes is on Naira Marley. Like
Okay.
every of Mohbad's fans.
Okay, if you're giving Naira Marley credit for showing up,
Yeah.
then give Sam Larry
Also,
credit
it's same
too.
thing. Yeah, it's same
Oh,
thing.
anyway.
We're not supposed to give them credit for
Let me
anything.
tell you
They are
something.
following the protocol.
Let me tell you
Credit
something.
for what?
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
You're not guilty until
Until
you're
proven-
found
You're
guilty.
proven
Until
guilty by a court
Okay,
of
so-
competent
so,
jurisdiction.
yeah.
So what you're trying to
So
tell
you
me
can-
now is police invited you so that they can
I mean, if he had other things to do, you
Anyway,
could have said he's busy. He's doing
anyway,
this.
no. He
No.
can't be busy at this point in time.
At this point in time, when
But
the whole world,
reason why
the
I
whole
have to
Nigeria is
commend
looking
him,
at him.
according to the Naira Marley, because he dropped, he said that yeah, he has come down to, he just landed Lagos,
Yeah.
to honor the police invitation
And help them
in the course
investigate.
of the investigation.
Investigation.
You get? So whether he is a suspect
Or not.
he is not a suspect,
Suspect.
he has turned up himself.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not
Exactly.
disputing that fact, but I don't understand where you guys are saying. we should give
Let me
him
tell you
credit.
why I said we should give him credit.
Yeah.
A lot of Mohbad fans, and even those who were not Mohbad fans, have their idea, and they think Naira Marley is actually the one that murdered Mohbad, or maybe he had.
That was
I
He
don't
had
know
it.
had
whether
a
he
hand in
did
it.
or he didn't.
You know,
Okay,
just
yeah.
because of the video Mohbad released when he said, if anything happens to me,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are prime
hold
suspect
him-
now.
They are prime suspects, but they are not guilty until
Yeah,
they are found
so we
guilty.
shouldn't give
Do you know why?
credit
Do you know why we should
credit
give him
not-
credit? What do you think about Naira Marley's safety in Nigeria?
Listen, you people
What do you think about his
are
safety?
trying to get words out of my mouth.
No, what do
I
you
am
think
not
about his
saying. I am not saying that.
Yeah.
No, he's not actually safe now because the youth.
Thank
are,
you.
The youth are angry.
See,
Exactly.
But why are you giving him credit?
do you know, they
I don't
said,
understand.
See,
he was
Ada-
supposed to show up a long time ago. Sir.
Ada, if people are accusing you of killing someone, and everybody is threatening you and waiting to
Okay,
see
so
you
whenever-
anywhere.
Okay, wait.
Do you know that
Some
dude?
people are accusing me of killing somebody.
Yeah,
and everybody-
just imagine
and
yourself in
everybody's-
that
everybody's
situation.
for me
Waiting to see you, so they will strangle
chill,
you.
Let me explain myself.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting for me to go to the police station and explain myself. So immediately I show you.
Not
people-
even go to the
you
police
people will give
station,
me
just
credit-
come out.
You people will
Ash.
give me credit for coming out.
Ash, it's not by giving credit or not giving credit. The bone of the contention here is that Naira Marley was fingered the very moment Mohbad died.
Okay.
And the guy took off. I think if that guy never left the
He
country.
was threatened.
If he never left the country that very
Something might
period,
have
they
happened
would
to
have
him.
lynched him. I know Nigerians. It would have been a case of jungle justice. They would have lynched him. They would mob him. So now, for him to have turned back in the course of this investigation, because police gave us 2 weeks to respond to
Yeah.
the autopsy, and they are yet to respond to the autopsy. I know it's still subject to investigation. Now, the autopsy, to me, is part of the forensic
What is even
investigation.
wasting the delay of the
We haven't
announcement
even.
of the-
Yeah.
They don't need to make it open.
Why?
People
Why?
should allow.
Okay.
In the course
I
of
get you,
investigation.
because it's still hidden, and
They are still so we are saying
they are still making
they are
investigation.
deep. You know,
Okay,
during
yeah.
our last podcast here, you said something about the autopsy. People they give us autopsy. I say the autopsy shouldn't be a yardstick to measure what the cause or whatever that might have killed Mohbad. The autopsy is just a part of the forensic investigation
Okay.
relating to whatever that might have
Happened
killed
to him,
Mohbad.
okay.
And now for police to have gone through autopsy, they kept the autopsy
That means
confidential.
there is more.
Now they are now inviting more people.
Yeah.
That as of yesterday, they put up what's it called?
That Mohbad's friends, right? I forgot
The
his
Prime Boy.
Prime Boy. Yeah.
Yes, they put him up for wanted. But today again, I watched from the channel's news
He has showed
a
up.
short interview the guy granted before showing up. He said that he has been waiting for, people have asked him to go to the police. He said no need. Some said don't go until you are invited. That nobody has ever invited him. That Mohbad has been his childhood friend.
Yeah.
That when you hear Mohbad talk, mommy, Pikin no see mommy 10 years. Mohbad, that his own mom feeds him and Mohbad throughout their growing stages. And I bumped into that guy's page. I found out that he has a collage of picture memories
with
with Mohbad. And they started from a very tender age.
All right. You've made your point. Let's not go too deep into
Okay.
that. I want to throw this question to Adesua as a woman.
Finally.
Yeah,
I
finally,
get-
because
I
you've
get
been
to
quiet.
talk.
You've been quiet. Yeah, so now I want to ask you as a woman, Mohbad's father has come out to say, he has come out to tell Mohbad's wife to do the proper thing, like to carry out a DNA test for his grandson. if you were in that woman's position, what would you do? How would you be feeling? Or what would you do?
If I was in the position of
your,
Mohbad's...
for instance, not you.
If I was in... That's what I'm saying. If I was in the position. Well...
your father-in-law is telling you to do the proper thing, like he doesn't trust you, or because of the whole controversies going on, just do a DNA test.
Okay. Yeah, there has been that issue about Mohbad's son not being his, and it could have been somebody else's and all of that. Well, it's actually a very terrible one, especially for a woman who supposedly just lost her husband.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say it would have been better if they let it, you know, they let this whole saga, this whole issue surrounding Mohbad's death, you know, be investigated.
Yeah.
And then later on they can now go
The
ahead,
DNA
because
test is
I
also
think
part of the
I think it
investigation.
is too early to do that. But okay, yes, if it is for the purpose of investigation,
Yeah.
then if she has nothing to hide, there is really no big deal in carrying out a DNA test on the child, except of course she has something to hide, you know. And even if that's the case, it just has to be done so that they can, you know, move ahead with their
issues.
investigation.
There are a lot of issues of paternity fraud in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
I think in Africa we're rated as, or in the world we're rated as number 2. I think
With
paternity fraud.
Is it verifiable?
paternity fraud.
Is it verifiable?
Yeah, it depends.
No, Nigeria has a high rank on paternity fraud.
Are you serious?
Yes.
This is my first time of hearing this.
She should do the needful. Well, paternity
Yeah,
fraud
she should do the
has
needful.
become
Of course.
the thing now, because almost every father now is trying to, like, are you sure this child is mine and all of that.
Not
But
almost, though.
I feel like almost every man, I can tell you that categorically, almost every man, even if you don't want to do it, your mind will be going
No,
there.
it get as your pikin go look.
It gets your hair,
No,
it
it
go
get
look
as your
you.
pikin go resemble you. You don't need to do am.
Okay, yeah, of course.
yeah,
Except
tell us.
except that.
You get big nose. You get big nose. Why you need to?
Except that.
You don't need to do am.
Your nose straight. Your nose straight. You black. Your pikin gone yellow. Wahala.
In such a case,
Your wife come
whereas the pikin feel resemble in grandmama or something, but you know, all of these things happen. We
Yeah.
to just be
DNA or no DNA, our forefathers, our grandmothers, our
They
grandfathers,
trusted.
they never did
They never
DNA.
argued.
Even our
was
fathers,
because
you know,
that was because
Maybe
then,
they didn't have
whatever
that.
we think that is
They didn't have
happening
that
has been
intelligence.
happening. There has been infidelity in marriages.
Yeah.
There have been
right from
Right
time.
from
That's been happening
time.
right from time.
Many people
Yeah,
came from a
so-
lineage that is not their
yes.
lineage.
Some people have fathered the children that are not.
Yeah,
That are not
nobody
theirs,
knows.
and nobody ever got to
Nobody
know.
found about
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
But I think it's only-
that is
it's
what
only a woman.
exposure.
Yeah, man.
That is what exposure causes.
Oh,
Now we are exposed
now
to
I
all
found
this.
the reason why that if you're seeking for, or if you're feeling most of all these multinational forms, all these
Yeah.
value, they don't even ask you for your father's name. They keep asking, even in your mother's maiden name. I think it's only a woman that knows actually whose baby he's bearing.
I don't know if
or
that's the
she's
reason.
having. Because each time you travel,
Some women
Guys,
too can't even tell. Do you know? Sometimes the mothers don't even know that
Are
the
you
child
serious?
is not for the man they are with.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
sometimes it happens.
Are you kidding me?
If you had sexual intercourse
With
with the same
multiple
period
men.
with
Yeah.
multiple men,
But
you would most likely not know.
Many a times the women know that that child does not belong.
Except
to
she goes to make findings, or except she can calculate the period
But I
in
think
which.
a woman should be able to tell when
You know,
when
except-
when she took him.
Let's not turn this into a marriage program.
If a woman gets
but-
intimate with two men on the same day,
but
she will
I
not know
think-
who she's
I
pregnant
think-
with.
When a woman plays
It's
such
all
a
right.
shit.
It's all right. See, it's all right. We've done a lot on
would
that.
know.
Actually, we're talking about DNA because of Mohbad's death and the whole saga, Naira Marley
okay.
issue, Sam Larry, and all that.
And I was going to talk on that
Okay.
about, you know, I didn't want to come in when
Okay.
everybody was talking. So about whether or not
Yeah.
it is Naira Marley coming to Nigeria and all of that is commendable. I mean, that was the only wise thing to do, because he can't just keep going around the world as a fugitive. He had to come back at some point, and if he even stayed away, it would have made it more suspicious that for you to be off till, you know, for a
Yeah.
very long time means definitely you had a hand in this, and that would already, you know, send the wrong signal. So it was a good thing he
That he
came,
came back.
but it is not worthy of
Thank you.
applause. There is no
Exactly.
big
Okay,
deal.
there should be no applaud, but
Nobody
it's
should
a
give him
good thing that he
credit
came
for
back.
anything.
Okay, so let us just go away from that Mohbad issue and cultism in Nigeria. How can we eradicate cultism? How can we stop cultism in our universities? First of all, cultism is a secret society that is not open to everyone. You agree with me? It's not open to everyone. And everyone who, like anybody who practices cultism, somehow, or anybody who is a cultist, somehow has a spiritual belief. A spiritual belief, personal spiritual belief, or should I say every cult group have their own spiritual or mantra, thank you. And other cult groups see that belief as misguided. You understand? Like they see it as trash. Like when you say this is what you believe in, for instance, let me say Muslims and Christians and all that religion, you know, some Christians will not believe what's in the Quran, and some Muslims will not believe what's in the Bible. Same as cultism. So how has this cultism affected our society so badly?
Are we talking on how we can stop it or how it has?
How has it affected our
has
society so
affected.
badly?
Man, cultism
Okay, you don't want to tell us about how it has. You want to tell us how we can stop it.
Okay. No, we should
has-
we should
we
know
should-
the effects
the
first,
effect
and
first,
then we
you
can
don't
talk on
understand.
how it is to be.
You have
called.
something to say, my bro.
I actually wanted to ask you something.
Okay, go ahead.
When you say that cultism, that every cult,
Yeah.
they have their
Spiritual beliefs.
spiritual beliefs,
Yeah.
their respective spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to ask you, as in, how sure are you about this? Are you a cultist?
No, we know all these things. We know all these things now. I know in Nigeria, they know in Africa.
anyway, coming,
You don't have to be a
there is
cultist,
no
no.
sane society
Yeah.
that would say that cultism should be encouraged. I think the origin of cultism in our universities was dated back 70s, during the time of
Wole
Soyinka,
Soyinka,
Professor Wole Soyinka. And I think along the line, their major aim
Yeah.
of coming up on board were actually sabotaged. They were using it initially, according to the books I've read, they were using it initially to checkmate the activities of the government as a pressure group.
As at then. Okay.
As a pressure group,
Okay.
you know, as a pressure group,
Yeah.
trying to speak for the public, just like what the academic union now are trying to do. You know, sometimes you have to form a pressure group to checkmate the government. But along the line, the whole thing was bastardized. Now people now abuse That's-
The aim,
aim.
what
of-
it was meant for.
Actually, you understand? So,
Yeah.
but now, the major problem it is causing in the society is that the cultism has even gone down to the minors, even down to secondary school level.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, for you to breed a society, it starts from the younger generations. If cultism could penetrate to the extent of penetrating our secondary school,
Schools.
I know the age of secondary school is mainly
Teens.
teenagers, 18 years down to 11
Yeah.
years.
And they like to feel
And
like
that's when they start knowing
Yes.
about cultism, because
it comes
they have
with-
godfathers
Yeah.
outside the school, coming into the
Yeah.
school to,
And it comes with a lot of-
give them orientation
It
and all
comes with a
that.
lot of rascality.
Yeah.
yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
They introduce all sorts of rascality and violence
Yeah.
into it, that they even expose them to possession of weapons and how to.
So
make
what could have happened along the line?
Now this thing is
That's-
breeding a
yeah.
bad society for us. If not eradicated, it's going to cause us more harm than good. First and foremost,
There is no good
Okay.
in cultism.
there's no simple good.
There's no good in
There's no
cultism.
atom of good in
It's going to cause
cultism.
some
Let's
cause
hear.
us
Why you
more
say that?
harm.
Yeah.
Because can you tell me the good in cultism? Just one good, one. There's no good in there's nothing good that comes out
It
of
depends.
Can I-
For me,
okay,
for
can
me,
I
I
come
think
in?
I think the term cultism belongs to a particular secret group
cultism. Yeah.
that is not open to everybody. So it now depends on what that group
Let's
does.
be factual here. We all know what cultism means. Do you understand? we all know what if you're talking about a group, we can call it a club.
I want you to elaborate on that.
If we're talking about a group of people, right, coming together to form whatever it is they are doing there, you can call it a club. But when you mention courtism, we know what courtism is in it. We know what it represents in Nigeria. So let's not just act like we don't know what courtism is.
Seriously, it's affecting the society.
We don't. Courtism has never brought any good thing in Nigeria. I don't know other country they call it frats or something. Maybe
fraternity.
Those ones don't behave the way Nigerians. Their own courtism.
Funniest part of
But
it.
it's still a fraternity.
Some of our people even carry
confraternity.
Yes, but Nigeria we call it courtism.
But do you
and we
know?
know what courtism
Do you know some of our people still?
Courtism.
You know what courtism?
Do you know some of our people
Wait, you wanted to tell us how we could
eradicate?
Okay, for me to
courtism.
tell you how we can eradicate courtism,
Yeah.
I have to tell you, there are many reasons why people go into courtism, right?
Yeah.
We have social identity, we have bad upbringing, we have revenge. Do you understand? Now we have to,
Including peer pressure.
peer pressure, mostly peer pressure. I would say mostly these two things, peer pressure and revenge.
Yeah, peer
For
pressure
real,
and
because
revenge.
when I was in school, there was this guy that they bullied him so much. So he had to go and join courtism. So I believe in his own case it was because of revenge. Do you understand? So I would advise that to reduce courtism, man, this is going to be a very tough one, because we need to even have a working system for courtism to reduce. Do you understand? I cannot come to you and report to you that, oh, my goods are missing or I'm being bullied and there's nothing you can do for me. Why would I want to join court? You're always bullying me.
Yeah.
When I go to the officials to report that, okay, these are the set of people bullying me, you let them go for free. You do nothing about it. Why won't I join court? I have to join now for my safety. So now we need to look into providing security for the people first of all.
Yeah.
You know, when someone comes to you and tell you this is what happened to you, you have to take your time and do investigation and call the people involved. Do you understand? And make sure that the person that is reporting is safe. Do you understand? But
Let's speak particularly about our universities, because there is more courtism, occultic activities in the universities. We have people killing people and all that type of stuff. How do we just eliminate that stuff from our schools? Because that is where it actually starts from.
Does it really
from the
mean
schools.
so
that
it
the
doesn't, though.
anti-cult?
Sometimes it starts from even house.
Like he mentioned,
some people make
like he mentioned before, he said the minors. That's also the secondary school.
That's where it all starts.
Do you know the
That's where
first,
it all starts.
the first
It
step?
starts
Let
from
me
school.
give you the first step, right? Then you guys can take the rest. The first step of stopping courtism is good upbringing. As a parent, now everybody should listen to me. As a parent, you need to sit your child down, right, and discuss courtism. It's a topic. Just sit down. Let me talk to you about courtism. You need to tell them why they shouldn't even think about it. You need to tell them why they should always tell you when they feel threatened. You understand? Communicate to your children. Tell them that why they shouldn't, just like the way my mom is a nurse, by the way, sat me down and told me why I shouldn't involve in sex. She wasn't even, she wasn't.
How old were you? How old were you when your mom?
I
How
think
old were you?
I've not started seeing my period then, so I should be within
How old were you?
11,
How
12.
old? 11, 12.
11, 12.
11, 12.
So
She
it
would
was,
tell
it was
me-
a good thing for her to tell you about.
Yes,
Of course.
this is not the one you should tell you.
That was a
Don't
proper
allow
child
boys to
sex
touch your-
education.
She told me raw that you see, this is what happened. This is what you should.
This is how they do it.
Yes.
They will bring out this one.
I don't even know why school. In fact, they should even impute courtism education in
Yes.
secondary school, because
Yes.
school will not tell you about sexually transmitted diseases.
Yeah.
They will telling you this one, that one. They won't tell you
I love
about
that
HIV.
point.
They will tell you the definition of HIV, but they won't tell you how you can contact it. My
HIV.
mom sat down, told me about all these things, told me about why I shouldn't play with dangerous objects, what I shouldn't do. So now, the way my mom is telling me these things, they should impute it in schools, right?
Yeah.
They should make it, even if they can make it
A subject.
a subject. Do you understand? Educate the young ones about why courtism shouldn't be something you should even go near.
Now, this is where we go into how
Okay.
education is important to our children and our people.
Wow. Okay, since you've decided to sideline me,
No,
you guys keep.
No, we didn't sideline you.
And you're even
You
turning
see-
this way
you
to
see,
be talking to only them.
We're
So
heading,
I
we're
don't
heading
have
towards your
any-
direction.
But it's
gradually.
fine. It's
Now,
fine. It's fine.
Over to you.
It's fine. It's fine. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will talk on a little bit on the cultism issue. Cultism has become a menace. You know, it has eaten deep into our system, and it's not even something that we can see just physically. It's not something like it is secret.
Yeah.
So you have to look deep to actually find find, these bad eggs in the society and try to bring them to book. And the fact that they have godfathers, like was rightly said here, up there, it is usually more difficult to actually, bring them to justice because they have people who will just easily bail them out. So I think this is something the government should really look into because it is becoming terrible, especially, having children of teenagers, getting involved in this sort of violent acts. I think now even in the universities we have, some universities are taking it very seriously to ensure that cultism does not stand in a school. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be mentioning schools, but there are some schools that you almost cannot even see the trace of it. Though, of course, there are almost no schools that don't exist, but they are more prominent in some specific schools.
They are more prominent in state and federal universities.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
Some of these private.
You see, state
Yes.
universities.
States
Now
and
they need
federal.
to really do.
Yeah.
They need to do. They need to do Operation Clean
That's
Sweep.
number
Yes,
one.
Because
there are even
How?
cases.
Start killing people's children. How do they-
No.
State,
Operation
so I
Clean
know what I'm saying.
Operation-
Even down to the lecturers are cultists.
Exactly.
Yes,
And
because,
there is
because
this
you know why? Because
ridiculous
a
thing.
lecturer was once a
Of course, a
student.
student. It's just like even
Yes,
was once a
yes.
student.
We are even talking about the
You want to
government.
get rid of cultism when the lecturers
Those in
are cultists.
But a
big
point, but-
government
Some
political
government
top
officials,
political
even
positions.
prominent men, even some of our
Government
senators,
officials.
some of our governors.
Exactly.
Even our government
Exactly.
are cultists.
See,
Exactly.
this
But
now, this cultism didn't just start today. You understand? I think one of the measures to curtail cultism. I'm not just saying eradicating cultism. Eradicating cultism at this point would be a very difficult task.
Yeah,
but
indeed.
one of the measures to curtail cultism is a kind of placing an age limit to joining. And there is freedom
So wait,
of.
you want to go and tell the Capone
there is-
to not accept?
No, hold on. I'm coming. There is a freedom of worship enshrined in our constitution. Now, you don't just question someone's choice of association.
Yeah.
Now, there should be an age limit placed on anyone who deems it fit to join any confraternity.
I don't
Why,
think.
why should,
understand.
See, let
why
me tell
should
you.
there
Hold
even
on.
be conflict?
Hold on. Let me tell
Why should it
you.
even
Hold on.
exist
Let me
in the
tell
first
you.
place?
I don't think the age limit concept will work.
will work.
Do you know why?
Tell
Do you know why?
the head
Do you know
to
why?
choose who he wants to be.
Let me
in
tell.
his
Let me
place.
tell you.
about that.
Let me
It's
tell you
about-
why it will not work. These groups want to have as much members
That's how they get their informants
as they
from the
can.
younger ones. They send the
You
younger
understand?
ones.
That's the first thing. Secondly, they make money from it. When you want to come and bam or do something, you have to drop something.
dues,
You have to
yeah.
pay dues. You have to do. And when they have more members, they get more dues, more revenues, and all that. So, using age. Okay. Do you want to start bringing in old people?
But there are some courts
Who
that
will not be
exist,
able to-
but they don't exist in the universities.
Yeah, that is why I
It
said
doesn't really have
that
to be. Court doesn't really have to be in the university. We have some that.
It is majorly in
The major courts that are disturbing or causing havoc in the society
And like-
are those
and like
ones
I
that you
said,
find out in our universities.
And this
The
one,
ones
do you
that are
think- hold on,
disturbing
hold
are
on.
mostly are not universities.
Hold
You
on.
see let me tell you.
Okay.
I stay in Surulere, right? So
Okay.
there's this time when Mushi and Ijaraba are always fighting. Are those ones universities people? Their own is bloody.
Is it courts?
It's cult. It's a cult clash.
But
See, university owner even can because they don't really do it openly, right?
Yeah.
Because they have like security. Like the university I went to, there's a military, whatever.
Yeah.
But you see the one that are not university.
I think that she's making a point.
I think
because most of the cults,
Ijaraba and Mushi's
most
fight
of the cult
is
groups,
bloody.
yes, Ada, you are making a point. Most of the cult groups, you find out that they have the students.
Version, yeah.
Yes. Then they still have the town
Chapter.
version.
Okay, so I just want to throw a quick question to Adesua before we close this segment. We have less than 3 minutes before we
Oh
leave.
my goodness.
Adesua, if we remove violence, killings from cultism, do you think cultism should stand?
If we remove violence
Yeah.
from cultism,
And
violence
allow, yes, and allow it to
then
serve
it
as
no
an
longer-
activist group.
It no longer becomes. It is no longer a cult. Then it has become
A club.
It has become a club.
But the definition
has
doesn't
become,
say
uh,
the definition doesn't say
Doesn't say-
cultism is about killing.
Killing, yeah.
It's not
Cultism
supposed
is not
to be
about killing.
So, but that's
Yeah.
what Nigeria
It's not
has made it
supposed to be. Is
Why are you saying only
cultism?
Nigeria?
I mean,
It happens everywhere in the world.
Confraternities
Everywhere.
are everywhere.
Yeah.
But some of
But the
them-
way Nigerians take it, is such a way that violence is
It's
just
too much.
We
It's
just love killing
it's just part of
ourselves.
it.
It's the essence.
In Nigeria, we love killing
It's just part
ourselves
of
for
it.
nothing's sake.
And you see, even those in the universities, after they are, when they're done with school and they're about to leave, I hear they have to do some kind of things, else they are killed. So why would you want to be in something that at the end of the day, your life is at risk?
We've lost
Of course,
enough.
Exactly. We've lost so many people to this cultism thing. So violence and killings is associated with cultism. So if you take those out of it, then it becomes what's it called? A group that is
it becomes a
an
group.
active what's it
An
called?
activist group.
An
Pressure group.
activist group or a pressure
pressure
group.
group.
Yeah, that's what it becomes.
It should be a pressure group
and that's
instead
what
of all
it
this
should be,
killing
if not
of
because of
each other, killing of people. Yeah,
That's what it should be.
It should be a pressure group we use to checkmate the government.
government.
Because like Nigeria now, we know that our major problem in the country is poor leadership,
Mm-hmm.
bad leadership. But if all these cults, all this confraternity, if they feel that it's better they come together, stop killing
And form-
themselves,
form a union.
And form a union.
form a force.
Yeah.
Now I think we can get it right with our leaders.
All right, that's all we can take for this segment of the lounge. Stop cultism, stop drug abuse, stop human trafficking. What other thing should I stop again?
Stop abortion.
killing, stop violence,
Stop abortion.
What do you mean by stop abortion?
Stop. You said
and stop paternity
How
fraud.
long- stop-
and stop paternity fraud. Just in short, stop all these things that are not helping our society.
Heaven is
Let's-
real.
Start educating your kids properly.
I'm telling you,
Exactly. Yes.
let's start building
I was going to
our
touch on
future,
that,
the future of
but
our
time is
children
fast.
by talking to them earlier. Those things we know that if they start doing them, if they indulge in them, it will not help them to progress in their life. It
Exactly.
will bring them down. It is better we start educating them on time about those things. Things like drug abuse, sex education, cultism, all we've just mentioned on this segment of the lounge. And I believe you have grabbed something from us on this segment. My name is Ash the Stud Boy. And that is what I'll always sound like. And you can catch me on social media at STUDBOY for life, Stud Boy for life. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP TV, Voice of the People TV on YouTube. What's up? Anybody has something to say?
Hi guys, follow me on Instagram at Ada_Davidson, on TikTok Ada Davidson, and on Facebook Ada Davidson.
Hi viewers, follow me on TikTok at AGK Ndeke and Instagram AGK Ndeke. Thank you. Keep streaming our
Yeah.
VOP TV live. Just subscribe to our VOP TV live and keep
We
streaming
give
our
you premium
podcast.
content.
Fam. This one, let's go.
Yeah, of course. You can follow me on Joy_Adesua on across all platforms. Okay, on Facebook it is Joy Adesua Iromosele on Facebook. So that's pretty much it.
Hey, Ramosele, we love you. See you next time. Booyah.
Bye.